Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction and bingo for One Piece chapter 1041. So as you can see, there's probably going to be some explanation needed before I get into the rest of the video. So this is something that I thought about earlier this week and I was like, oh, that's great. I don't think anybody's done it before. I looked around, haven't seen where anybody's done it before. So hopefully this is the first or whatever. I originally planned for this to be a live stream because I really feel like this would be a better video idea as a live stream. So when I went to try to stream this, I sort of realized, oh wow, I still have more stuff I need to set up for the channel first. And oh wow, there's stuff like I have a new microphone I want to start using. There's a lot of stuff that I'm like, maybe I need to set that stuff up first. So starting next week, hopefully, I'll start doing these as a live stream. But what we're going to do is not just read the chapter, but also just play bingo along with it. And like every week, I'll change the board. You see the one I've made for this week, just because I feel like so many of my One Piece reactions are just like me reading the chapter, enjoying the chapter, but I feel like I'm not really doing much else other than that. So I really wanted to try something new, try something different, and just add like a fun extra thing in addition to just sitting and reading the chapter. And if it goes over well, if it turns out to be really fun, I can start doing it with other reactions to other series too, but it just felt like the perfect thing to do for One Piece. And like I said, it makes a lot more sense as a stream idea to me, so I kind of really want to do this as a live stream. But it didn't work out this week. So hopefully next week, Sunday, as soon as the chapter comes out, because I'm already a day behind where I've been trying to get this working as a live stream, but I didn't want to wait any longer, so already a day behind. But next week, as soon as the chapter comes out on Sunday, I will hopefully stream my reaction to it this way. And if you have any suggestions for new things to put on the board for next week, let me know. But I'm excited for this one, titled Komurasaki, who we haven't seen in a while. But I made this board like during the 2-week break before I knew, of course, what the title would be, since it just came out yesterday for me and I just learned yesterday. So this is just my ideas of things that I could have put on the board, and some of these I started making it and I realized I'm being way too specific. Some of these are kind of a long shot, so I need to make a few that are a little bit more general. But before I start reacting to the chapter, I will go through what we have up here on the board. So we have Big Mom's hole. That's the hole that Law knocked Big Mom down into, if we see that. If we see any member of the Mink tribe. Yamato is a very general one. I was originally going to put Dog Yamato, but I realized we've seen Dog Yamato like twice, so that's a bit too much of a long shot. And if they're all super specific, that we're probably not even going to get close. Act 3 ends, probably not happening, but I had to put it up here. Another island. We just see any island other than like Wano or Onigashima, or I guess Zou counts. Any, like, we cut away to a completely different place. The Big Mom Pirates, if we finally see them, not counting Big Mom or Perospero though for that. If we get a cover story page at the beginning, if we see Luffy versus Kaido, if we get a lore dump, and that'll kind of be up to our interpretation. If we see the Thousand Sunny, we haven't seen him forever, a color spread. If we have a Zoan transformation, which, yeah, I guess, are we counting that as any transformed state, or are we counting it as seeing somebody go from one form to another? I don't know yet. We have a free space, so I can go ahead and mark that, just because I feel like it'd be difficult otherwise. So Law says he only has enough energy for one more attack. Now that the fight's over, that's probably really difficult to get, but that's something that's happened for the past few chapters. We see a name technique, we get a 2-page spread, we have an Oda box. We get to see any of Raizo versus Fukurokuju, which might be over as of last week, but we don't know. We have a reader request at the beginning. So again, like a few of these, like the reader request, the color spread, or the cover story, we're probably only getting one of those 3. We see the flower capital, we have a skull joke, yo. We see Momo's human form finally, some CP0, a flashback, or possibly the hardest to get, Carrot exists after chapter 1004. So now, sorry for the long intro, but I felt like it was probably pretty necessary. since this is kind of a new idea, even though it's pretty straightforward. So let's get into reading One Piece chapter 1041, reacting to it, and seeing sort of how the bingo goes. So we have chapter, and I thought this would be nice too, because usually I can't show anything on screen, because of course it's One Piece, and this lets me put something on screen to at least be a little bit entertaining that way. But we have chapter 1041, Kamurasaki, and we have Pudding punching Niji and Yonji. Germa Double Six's On a Motionless Excursion, Volume 5. This is what you get for bullying Sanji, dear. Pudding punch. Alright? Cute and funny, and this means, actually, hold on a second. I just realized what this means. Not only, so this means we do get a cover story, but technically this is another island, isn't it? Because, I mean, technically we're seeing Whole Cake, or Chocolate Town? Cacao Island? But it's technically another island. Sadly, though, we're not getting a reader request, so, that's sort of out of our reach. But, let's continue. I spoke with Zunisha once before, but only for a moment. And I guess I'm not going to count this as a transformation just because we're seeing Momo's dragon form. I guess we need to see them transform. So I do not know the truth of the matter. Momonosuke, I am awaiting your orders. I have come to join the fight at your side. And I don't really know if I can quite count this as a flashback. I think this is currently happening right now. We don't have like the black borders. Alright. That's incredible, Momonosuke. You can actually talk to the elephant? It's just as Odin anticipated. You are the one who will Wait. You are the one who Are we getting subversion? I would actually love... Well, I don't know if I'd say I love it. Because we don't know what Joy Boy is. You are the one who will guide the world to the dawn. It would be interesting, because I don't like the whole Luffy as a child of prophecy thing. So I think it would be really interesting if, like, Momonosuke is more of a child of prophecy, and Odin anticipated it, but in reality, Luffy is just sort of free. I don't like the idea of Luffy not being free from destiny. But we do get Yamato. Let's see, is there anything else we got there? I think that's it. So, let's continue on. After reading Father's journal, I learned why it's so important I must not die. But for some reason, Father tore out the page with the most crucial part. So again, Momonosuke read it and knows it's important that he doesn't die. So Momo is important here. What did he and Roger's crew see on that final island that made them laugh? I don't understand what the goal is. Father was not a prophet. If he were still alive now, would he really still say open Wano's borders? I'm not smart enough to understand. If it would mean exposing the people of Wano to danger, I do not wish to open the borders. Am I simply a coward, Yamato? And then we cut away. And Yamato seems like she's realizing something, but we cut away. Third floor. Okay, Raizo versus Fukurokuju. Here we go. Alright, where is, hold on, where is it at? Right, Raizo versus Fukurokuju. Right there. Okay, so we got Raizo versus Fukurokuju. What now? Third floor, Battle of the Connecting Passage. Winner, Raizo. Ouch. It's so not hot. It's not hot at all. So we get a winner thing. I'm counting narration boxes as an Oda box. Like, it's not the one that says, like, the character's name or whatever, but I think narration box we can count as an Oda box. Alright. Then, wheeze. This is an age when even a ninja should be free, Fukurokuju. You there, samurai, why aren't you running? We have Jinbei finding him. You're with Sir Luffy. Must hurry. How careless of me. The preparations were already complete. Treasure repository, second floor. Fukurokuju, where is that garbage ninja? What in the world is he doing? He'd better not have run off to save his own skin. Was that shaking Kanjuro's work? I can only hope this is the end of it. Hey, Kamurasaki, why would you play at a time like this? Stop it. Put that instrument down. With your pretentious mask. You always wear that stupid mask when you play. This is a moment of life and death. Take it off already. Are you really Komurasaki? Or a ghost? You are supposed to be dead. And then he looks up. And we saw, it looked like he was under some rubble last chapter, I think, going back through and rereading, if I didn't catch it in the reaction. And we see it looks straight up like he's getting actually crushed here. Blast it. What is this? I cannot transform. I cannot get free. You were so stunned you never even noticed, did you? What? Are you paying attention, Komurasaki? Get this rubble off of me. I used nails of sea prism stone to ensure you could not turn into that monster. What are you talking about? Why, I thought you loved me. Love you. You jest, sire. I have not the tiniest affection for you. Eh? Strangely enough, that song you love, Moon Princess. I like that song you play, Hiyori. Really? It's called Moon Princess. I'm going to learn to play even better. Was also the favorite of my father, Kozuki Oden. And he's shocked. Father, how could it possibly put a smile on my face? And we got a flashback there. Wait, does any of this count as a lore dump, I wonder? Either way. I don't know. Where is, So we got a flashback. That counts. I don't know if that counts as a lore dump, though. But, or like before, when we were, having the Momonosuke stuff. I don't quite know if that counts or not. So I'll hold off on that. Castle basement. And we're cutting to Izo's fight. Just survive. Kiku. And it's a shame we don't get to see more of this on panel. We just jump to the end of all these things. Just survive, Kiku. And he and the CP0 members shoot each other. And CP0. Hold up. We got CP0. Alright. So all we need is Luffy versus Kaido. Or Big Mom Soul Lore Dump and Carrot exists. Those are the most possible. I think we could see Luffy versus Kaido. We could get this first try. I was really thinking it might be disappointing if I went too specific and didn't get it our first try, but now I maybe went too easy. But we have the CP0 fight continuing. No, damn you, Izo. And Izo collapses. Maha! And the mask falls off. Oh, and the way they're so invested, the mask falls off, and again it looks like the mask that Big Mom's sibling had, and if they were siblings raised by the government, I'm still kind of on the Big Mom siblings or CP0 train. I'm still kind of there. You were determined to take us down with you then. Damn it. And we get CP0 name reveal. We have Maha. Damn it. Why is a leftover from Whitebeard's crew helping these kids out? I need to hurry and get Nico Robin. And then we have a ringing. What is it? It's just one thing after another here. Listen closely. The 5 elders have issued an edict. The 5 elders? Eliminate Straw Hat Luffy at once. Really? I wonder... Gosh, this is... So, tinfoil hat. The obvious thing is that it is what Imu decided when Imu's like, okay, we need to snuff out one of these lights or whatever. They picked Luffy. That's like the obvious thing. The tinfoil hat thing is that Shanks is a part of this because we saw him talking to the Gorosei. But either way, what do you mean? Straw Hat's fighting Kaido right now. You want me to interfere with Kaido's battle? That's impossible. They know full well it's impossible. It's a world-class battle, which is why it's so dangerous. And we have Drake showing up. Drake has been so disrespected. He better get a cool moment. These orders are meant to prevent the worst-case scenario, you understand. I can't die for nothing, I can't die with nothing to show for it. Though it's a scenario we only know through rumor and hearsay. What is it about that crew, thinks Izo. Castle basement. There's no escape. The whole castle's burning. We're not going to let you die. And we have Kiko and Kinemon. So stay strong, got that. Keep looking for an exit, Hamlet. Usopp's still with Hamlet. This castle's ready to fall. I'm on it, boss. Wanda, what the expletive? Wanda Carrot under the dome. Yes, sir. Who knows when this thing will fall? How long will this island stay up? Not... This is the most shocking turn of events. Carrot exists. And we have Mink as well. But Carrot exists. What? It's nice to see her again. Crazy. Hey, you alive down there? We have... Okay, so Zoro was falling the last we saw. I don't remember if it was last chapter or the chapter before, because it's been so long. But Frankie catches him. Alright. You alive down there? Talk to me, Zoro. You ain't dead, are ya? Animal Kingdom bath. Forehead floor inside the dome. They got her. They're in an uproar after that huge shaking. I guess Traffy and the others beat Big Mom. What about the fire in the castle? I hope Usopp and the others are safe. Mama! We have Nami and Zeus. Listen, Zeus, who do you care about more? Big Mom or me? You, Nami, you! Hihimaru, Komachiyo, you did great. They're all right. Watch out for falling chunks from the ceiling. Take shelter with me, Master. Okay. And we have, it looks like Tama, Speed, and I think... Oh, yeah, I think... Yeah, we see him in the next panel. I was squinting trying to look at the tiny Marco there, but he's just in the next panel. See how Marco is tending to them all. Keep your wits about you to the end. Things are still in flux. This is the most dangerous island in the world right now. Big Mom is... Hold up. Hold up. We got Big Mom's hole? So Act 3 ends Luffy versus Kaido or Lore Dump. Any of this gets it for us. I don't think we've seen anything else, have we? No, I don't think we have. Oh, wow. Again, not really expecting that one. Alright. Big Mom has fallen in battle. You did it, boss. Captain! We have Law's crew. The ceiling starts collapsing. Kid looking up. You still got enough for Kaido? Nah, I'm done. Oh man, if Law would have said I have just enough for one more attack, that would have been the most incredible thing. If the man who emerges from that fight turns out to be Kaido, then I don't have the willpower left to resist. And okay, we got it. We got it. First time, first try. We got Luffy versus Kaido. Okay, next time maybe we'll have to make this a bit more difficult. I kind of feel like this was an alright difficulty though. If like they had ended up randomly arranged in any other way, we might not have got this, but yeah, we got it. Okay, our first bingo. Let's try to go for a second or third if we get a lore dumper in Act 3 end. And even then, lore dump is kind of a questionable one. Maybe I need to be more specific than that. Because I don't really know if the stuff at the beginning with Momo counts as that or not. So we have Luffy getting knocked back. Did you sense that too? They've really gone and done it now. Lin lost the fight. And he's yelling. Chaggy and Traffy won? That's amazing. You got a mouth on you, kid. Hello, can you speak? Mama, ha ha ha. How old are you? Oh, and are we... Hold up. Are we going into Kaido? If we delve into a Kaido flashback, because I'm seeing the beginning of the next page, then holy shit. You're only 15, you're so young. This your first time teaming up with Rocks? Don't trust him. He's a scoundrel. You have any trouble, just tell me. I'm Lin, and I'm gonna be the king of this sea. Crazy. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of Little Big Mom's backstory, but honestly, Big Mom from this time period, I am so interested in what her story could have been there. Ah, I really want to see this. Put her there and we're cutting back. Thinking back, I've known that old hag a long, long time. And just after we swore an oath, tears in his beer, to claim the One Piece together, and Luffy not playing with Kaido's comedy gimmick, just bum rushing him in this panel. And then, 2-page spread, gorgeous. What is that? 2-page spread is there. So we have the 2-page spread. And then he punches him. Gear forth, Snake Man, Gumu Gumu no, Hydra. Looks great. This is one of the best. This, to me, I don't say this lightly because I've been very critical of Wano and still am pretty damn critical of Wano. This might be like one of the best chapters of Wano though. This has been fun. We've seen so many different things, and I just think the aspect of like doing the bingo and looking for extra stuff in it is it kind of adds to the fun for me. Oh man, that's fun. That's cool. I like this. I like that it's a lot of people are like, "Oh, Dragon Man, Tiger Man, are we getting a new Gear 4th?" I kind of like that it's just using Snake Man, you know? Some more. But I mean, this might not be the end. We might have like another 20 chapters for all we know. Your ambitions mean nothing to me, especially if it leaves people here with no food to eat. Again, thank you, Luffy. This is my final Gear 4. Okay. My final Gear 4. I'm not stopping until I've completely run out of strength. Where are these punches coming from? Is this... This can't be the final attack. There's no way in a chapter called Komurasaki. I'm going to drive you out of Wano if it's the last thing I do. I kind of do hope this is the last Gear 4th. I hope he's telling the truth. I hope this is the end and we're just finishing this. Next chapter, if we just finish Kaido versus Luffy, I am all in for that. Alright. Oh, and we got named attack. We got named technique. Hell yeah. So we got named technique. We didn't get Big Mom Pirates or Act 3 ends or arguably Lord Hump. But honestly, we filled out a lot of the board. So this was actually a really fun, new, different way to do things. It didn't hurt at all either that the chapter was incredible. Do we have a break next week? I'm hoping not, thinking not. No, we don't. Oh, thank God. So... yeah, I'm really hoping we might actually be hitting the end, because a lot of the things I've been saying on the week to week have been like, okay, we can't go to the end yet. Sorry, my computer is running like crazy. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the recording or anything. I'll have to see what's going on after I finish the outro. But something I've been saying on the week to week has been like... we can't finish Luffy versus Kaido yet. Because Araizo versus Fukurokuju is still going. Because we haven't settled the Hiyori stuff. Like, I'm like, Luffy versus Kaido is the main event. Aside from, like, maybe CP0 world government stuff coming on after that. But that can kind of be resolved in the falling action. But I've just been like, we can't have Raizo versus Fukurokuju outlived Sanji versus Queen, Zoro versus King. The Yonko fight, it outlived Kid in Law versus Big Mom. We got the Oda box for this fight ending after that fight ending. So, like, as much of a meme as it is, and I love it, we can't have it outlast the Luffy and Kaido fight. We can't. So now all that stuff is pretty settled. Zoro got saved. We found out what happened there. Big Mom is down. We got resolution there. The bombs are settled. Kazembo seemingly is handled. So Yamato and Momo are free to do whatever they need to do for the falling action. We cut around and saw, like, not just Frankie, but we got to see Carrot. Jeez. We got to see Nami. We got to see Usopp. We saw pretty much all the Straw Hats except Brook and Robin. And we don't know where the sort of main CP0 guy is, I guess. So he might be going after them. We might have something else there. So yeah, really, really great chapter. We saw just a bit of everything, and I feel like we've satisfied enough of everything that the Luffy-Kaido fight can end here, and it's either going to end, we're either going to get a Kaido flashback, and there's so much I need to learn about Kaido, like, his story with how Yamato was born, if we're getting that. Sometimes we just don't get stories, like, that deep, but more stuff with him and Lin, more stuff with Rocks, and we could get that, like, next chapter, and then end the fight, or we could get Luffy hitting the sort of end blow, sort of like early to mid chapter next chapter, and then Kaido gets knocked into flashback land, and for the next however many chapters we go into Kaido flashback. I feel like a Kaido flashback is the one last thing I kind of need out of the Luffy-Kaido conflict, and then after that, of course, we can move into the falling action of what's happening with Zunisha, where are they going to put Onigashima, what are they going to do with government ships? All that's probably going to be related to each other, and that's probably going to happen after the fight, kind of like the Navy Fujitora rubble stuff was handled after the Doflamingo fight. So yeah, incredibly good chapter. I had a ton of fun with it. Tell me what you thought of the concept. Like I said, next week hopefully I'll start live streaming these, because I think that'll be a lot more fun, to be honest, than to just do it as a recording. Because then like the chat can get involved in everything, and it can be a lot more fun. It can be. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for the board, I'm going to change it up every week. So if you have any suggestions for next week's, just let me know. But either way, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I absolutely love this chapter. Again, I've been really critical of Wano, but I think this is one of the best chapters in Wano. Like, I struggle to think of others I like as much. Like, the stuff when we were first entering Onigashima is probably the only other stuff I would rate this highly. Because I feel like, to me, mainland Wano was kind of a wash. Mainland Wano was like 2-ish years of just the middest mid that One Piece has ever done. Like the low point of One Piece to me. Mainland Wano just wasn't great. And then we got early Onigashima, which was incredible. I really, really loved it. And then Onigashima kind of started to get as well. It kind of started to fall into the same problems that mainland Wano had. But if this is how we're ending it, if Oda sticks the landing, I think for as much criticism as I have of the bulk and body of Wano, I think a good ending can justify a lot of it. And also there's the fact that reading on the week to week and marathoning is totally different. Even marathoning, I think Wano is one of One Piece's weakest arcs. But again, hindsight, look at it 5 years down the line. I used to really not like Fishman Island. People used to, in general, and some of them still do, hate Fishman Island and Dressrosa. But I think people are a lot softer on Fishman Island and Dressrosa now. Including me for Fishman Island. Fishman Island used to be like my least favorite arc, because it was the first arc that I like read week to week or watched week to week or whatever. So it was just a pain to get through, because the pacing wasn't great, and it's Fishman Island. Nothing really huge was happening. The story's good, but in hindsight, when you can just blow through it and marathon through it, it's much better. And as for Dressrosa, the difference between it and Wano for me is a lot of people were always like, oh, the pacing in Dressrosa is awful. And it is, but the story was always really good. And that's always been my take on Dressrosa, is Dressrosa has really great writing, a really great story, but pretty bad pacing towards the end. Wano, to me, though, the problem is that it has really bad pacing. Arguably, I would say way worse pacing than Dressrosa. Plus, the story is just kind of messy and sloppy compared to Dressrosa. It doesn't have as tight and well-written a story. But again, that can all be changed with a couple years of hindsight. Give me 2-3 years down the line, that take might be really, really different. Especially, I have to remember too, like a lot of the things that I don't like are kind of coming from presuppositions that like no man is an island. So I see people saying things like people really, really trying to push Yamato for Straw Hat. And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't get it. And yes, I do like Carrot, but that really doesn't have anything to do with it. Carrot's kind of a character on her own. If she joins or doesn't, I don't really care. Yamato's story just as a Straw Hat feels really forced and awful though. But if we come back a couple years down the line and this was all set up for Yamato to join with the Whitebeard remnants and take out Whitebeard Jr. Weevil, and that's the reason Weevil was introduced in the story, because why else would he be? Why were we introduced to Weevil? But maybe Yamato will join up with the Whitebeard remnants and take down Weevil, and maybe then return to the crew or something with some extra cover story development. Who knows? Sort of like Jinbei had a little cover story, but Jinbei was way better even before that. Or maybe Yamato's being designed, like a lot of people say, to be Wano's guardian deity, because the Devil Fruit's Wano's guardian deity, because almost all of Yamato's interactions have been with Momonosuke. And my fear, I do have a fear that's also kind of a prediction, just because nobody has been saying it, but I've kind of been scared of it ever since I was like just looking around the wiki, looking at One Piece stuff, and saw that Yamato was 28 years old, and I was like, huh, Yamato's 28 years old. Wait a second, Momonosuke is 8 years old, plus he skipped 20 years, so he's also 28, plus Momonosuke's had all these perv gags where he's like, ooh, Nami-san's big boobs, let me bury myself in them. I've been dreading, I've been like, oh my god, Momonosuke and Yamato are going to be this really weird couple, and then he got aged up those 20 years, and I'm like, oh god, he's going to turn into his human form, look like Odin, Yamato's going to fall in love with him, and it's going to be really weird and awkward. And that's a fear that I have, but also kind of a prediction. I see some sketchiness in the future there that a lot of people are going to complain about. But oh, that's scarily likely to me. That's terrifyingly likely. But there's probably tons of other One Piece things I can talk about. I've legit spent the last 2 weeks on this 2 week break. I've been like, I cannot wait 2 weeks. I've been diving into like, what's her name? Murphy Napier. I'm sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing Napier. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, one way or the other. I dove into all of her reviews, watched pretty much all of them. Started playing Pirate Warriors 4, and it is like my favorite game based on an anime ever. It's really, really incredibly good. I've S ranked like over half of the like free logs slash dramatic logs, and like all of the first 2 areas of the treasure logs. I'm trying to S rank everything. I've like dove into One Piece stuff outside of this. Yeah, there's probably tons more I could say because it's been on my brain so much. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the quality wasn't too bad. Like I said, at one point I looked in my computer, like there's a little like CPU counter in the corner for OBS, and it was going nuts there when I stopped reading the chapter. So hopefully the recording's okay. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this. I had a ton of fun with it. Also, I just updated OBS and updated a bunch of stuff for my recording setup before recording this. So yeah, hopefully things didn't turn out badly. But either way, thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there too. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reaction. Again, anything you want to do with the bingo board, let me know. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. I might start doing this for other reactions if it catches on. Or say, sorry, I'm kind of losing my train of thought a little bit here. There's something else I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, like I said a couple times, I'm going to try to start doing these as live streams on Sunday when the chapter first drops. So expect them then, hopefully. I just need to get a lot of other things set up with the channel. I'd also like to set up channel membership soon. I've had the ability to do it for a while. But of course, like I say, my self-deprecation, I'm like, no, I want to get back on schedule and post a lot more stuff before I expect people to help support me monetarily. But it really does help me to continue making videos in general. And I'm really hoping that I can start doing a lot more very soon. But yeah, subscribe for all that. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone asking. I can give you a link. And if you would like to help support the channel on Patreon, it really does help. And I'm super thankful to those of you already supporting. It's patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. Either way, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.